Jekyll seafood or Fernandina seafood, and they still process about 8 million pounds of shrimp a year through that facility. No, you can't buy there. It's wholesale. Yeah. They ship those shrimp all over the world from there. There's one market just on the other side, Atlantic Seafood, that sells wild-caught local shrimp. And these shrimp boats are probably, some of them are going to go out and have the blessing of the fleet this afternoon at 1 o'clock, and they'll take their boats out and circle by the docks. All of the boats will. Most of the charter fishing captains too also have a blessing this afternoon. This big ship here is one of 2 ships that are in today. The Port of Fernandina, we see about 3 ships. We see about 300 ships a year. And these are container ships, and those boxes on the trucks there are called containers. And they're loading the containers on board the ship right now. If you'll notice up on this red and white crane, there's a gentleman up there sitting in that glass box. See the little red light? He's in the glass box. And he's looking down inside the ship, and he's going to bring that yellow-looking contraption up. And he's going to lower some, it looks like he's got some truck beds or something there. Yeah, that's what he's got. The back end of the semi, and he's going to load those on the ship. He's also loading the big boxes, the containers. And that's where they live in the wild. A stallion will never let another stallion near his females. Families of horses do not mix together. If they get too close to one another, they have to fight. This is fighting season right now. These guys are spending the days fighting. Yeah. And so these stallions are constantly having to defend their females this time of the year. A young male horse, when he's born into a family, he's only allowed to stay for about a year. And then he's kicked out. He would become a threat to the stallion. Young male horses then fall into small groups of young bachelors, and they live like that for several years, until they're old enough and strong enough to become band stallions themselves. And then they will go out and steal females from other groups of horses, one female at a time, and build their own families. On the other end of the spectrum, when the old stallion becomes too old and weak to defend his females any longer, he's put out to pasture. He loses his position. A younger, stronger stallion will steal all of his females. It happens to the best of us, I'm afraid. They use us up. And that one lone dolphin. Now you see what he's doing. See the pilings there? And my theory is that the fish are swimming through there, and they're having to navigate around these pilings. See? They're trying to make it through the pilings, and then when they come out the other side, there's a dolphin there with his mouth open. Choked. They're kind of disoriented as they come out of the pilings, and so they're trying to get their bearings, and all of a sudden there's a mouth. And I'm almost positive these guys eat all the time. And that's what's going on there this morning. Dolphin feeding off the end of the pilings. Pretty much ignoring us then. This is the Atlantic bottlenose dolphin. And they're the only type of dolphin. Oh, we looked at it that time. See that little eye come up there? That's called spy hopping. And sometimes they're looking at us. They're curious animals too. They're mammals like you and I. They breathe the air. Alright, we're gonna get moving. I'm gonna be in trouble. More ahead of us. Yeah, this is a good spot here. They'll be in here quite a few of them. We're going to have to get moving though. The boss is going to be mad at me. In this part of the world, we catch about 80% of the world's wild-caught white shrimp. And most chefs will tell you the best tasting shrimp in the world are white shrimp. So here's the story in a nutshell. The shrimp today is the most popular seafood in the world. More shrimp are consumed than any other seafood. In this part of the world, we catch the tastiest shrimp in the world, and we're going out of business. There might not be any shrimp boats here next year or the year after. The problem is that 90% of what we eat today are farm-raised third world countries. We imported shrimp from China, most of them. And the price of shrimp today is lower than it's ever been in real dollars. been in real dollars. So it's amazing. These guys just are being squeezed completely out of business. So if you have the chance, if you go to a market, buy wild caught shrimp. They are so much better. And they're probably better for you. They use a lot of growth hormones, antibiotics, pelletized feeding, farm-raised shrimp.
We have to.